All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to my sports channel, TMossBoss Talk Sports. And in today's video, this is a conversation that has been going on in Seattle ever since the Sonics had originally left. And it's funny how many times it's been brought up when like anybody get to talking about basketball and seen cities that needs teams, and it's funny how like there's so many different cities where it's like, yeah, it can work out for them to bring a team there. And then it's like that's another thing too. It's like you see some places where they got like multiple teams, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, we should have had a Sonics team a long time. We shouldn't even have gotten rid of the team in the first place. But yeah, no. Answering that question, do I ever think that the Sonics will come back? And personally, for as long as the conversation's been going on, a person wants to be hopeful, but at the same time, it's like thinking realistically, we should have had a team a long time ago. It was like they shouldn't even have gotten rid of the team in the first place. And I guess like that's probably a question for people that are because I'm from Seattle, born and raised in Seattle. And so I know that's a question where it's like people ask, like, is Seattle a popular place? Yes. That's the thing basketball, I feel like that, depending, like, let's just say if we hadn't have gotten rid of the team, like, where would the Sonics have been? Like, how many championships would we have won? Or, like, what would the conversation have been like if we did have a team, more so. But yeah, for the most part, it's like, it's a bunch of what ifs, like, and that's the thing where it's like, man, it shouldn't be no what ifs. And that's why I'm like, yeah, I never understood. Like Seattle, in my opinion, has always been a popular place. Like there's a lot of outside cities, like inside of like outside of Seattle and stuff in Washington. And yeah, it's like none of them has like that same conversation as Seattle. Like there's oh no, I ain't trying to like, I guess like yeah, if you're ever out here and things like look around me, we got Tacoma, we got Bellevue. I'm trying to think Puyallup. I feel like the only thing that really be going on in Puyallup is when we have like the local fair and stuff. But yeah, other than that, I feel like that any and everybody goes to Seattle. If you're like you're trying to hang out, if you're trying to explore and see a different scenery, yeah, Seattle. I That was one thing about it is that I had worked in Seattle for 4 years. I always seen something new. I always seen something different. Like there was areas, and for as long as I've been like living at well and outside of Seattle more so, yeah, there's still areas that I don't know about in Seattle. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like Seattle. I would say that it's like half of New York, like or maybe not like half, like 45% of New York. I guess if half is stretching it, but yeah, I mean, I just don't understand. I don't get it. Like, it's I know that's something too where it's like, yeah, we have like a women's basketball team. And I'm not saying that, they because I think, yeah, that was like the big issue was that we didn't do no renovations to the stadium. And so yeah, and it's like since then they have done renovations to it. I haven't been in. I'm trying to think. Have I been inside? I don't think I've been inside the new stadium. The last time I think I was inside because they think they call it like Pledge Arena or something like that. Before they used to call it Key Arena, and I think the last time I went in there was in 2009. I think that was the last time I went in there. But I mean, I haven't really heard nobody talk about like how it looks and things. And so, yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know. I think that if just with all the activities, because I mean, yeah, the World Cup happening out here, and then there's also like there's a lot of like local activities, and I think there are like at times where people they try to like bring in. I mean, yeah, because I that was something that I probably would have never thought of is the World Cup happening out here and stuff. So I think what we are trying to do is go beyond the status that we already have. So at least then, I guess if we ever do get a basketball team, then yeah, there's a reason, even if it's somebody on the outside looking in and they want to see a Sonics game. Because I do feel like that when we do bring them back, there are going to probably be people traveling from all over that is from here or lived out here for a certain time where it's like, yeah, I want to catch me a Sonics game. Or even if it's traveling and stuff, yeah, people are going to be like, yeah, I want to see a Sonics game. But yeah, it's like we should have had a team a long time ago. But I just feel like that the conversation, I don't know. I think that, yeah, Adam Silver, he is trying to, I guess, like expand, but I'm like, fam, here's the thing. Before we see another NBA 2K, before we see anything else, like just random, they ain't got nothing. I mean, it has something to do with it, but it's like stuff where it's like, okay, we ain't seen it 10 times over. let's see a basketball team. I mean, just I feel like that this conversation could be for a lot of different cities out there. So I'm not saying that every city, but it's just like states they ain't got one and stuff. I'm saying like Washington, like we had one, and I feel like we were doing good at one point in time. But yeah, it's just it's just now it's like it's a conversation rather than like actual actions and stuff. So yeah, man, we need one. It's long overdue, but I don't know. Like the more and more I think about it, it's like the excitement. It's just like you see where it's like so much conversation will happen around it and stuff. Because I feel like it wasn't too long ago where we were having conversations about a basketball team coming back out here in Seattle, and yeah, it's like it's just we the conversation just disappears, and then it's like we all kind of just go in our separate directions, and then that's when it's like, all right, well, I guess I'll see you guys next year around the same time and stuff, having the same conversation. So yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, I just I don't know, like the excitement until I actually see that a team is coming back out here, then yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know, like I care, but at the same time, I'm not like, okay, let me check and never make sure every single day and stuff. Cause yeah, I'm like that thinking that along those lines, I'm like, that'd just be a waste of time. So, but we need one, and I think that people, it's like if you are from here or used to live out here, whatever, it's like, yeah, speak out. It's like I feel like that if more and more people get to talking about it, then it's like, yeah, maybe at some point in time, but because I just like I said, I feel like the conversation it just goes cold at some point, and so yeah, that's why you don't really be, like, because if I feel like if it was being talked about every day, or if there was like riot, and then maybe okay, maybe not riots. I mean, that might be pushing it a little bit too much, but no, yeah, if it was like a strong conversation, I feel like that, yeah, we probably would have had a basketball team a long time ago. So, but anyways, with that being said, talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching. Comment down below your favorite Sonic moment. Even if it was something that you watched on TV or if you actually went to a game. I never did go to a game. I remember at this it was this elementary school. They had like a daycare center in Seattle. And I think yeah, it was through them. Like I went to some Storms games and stuff. So I'd have to say probably my favorite moment from that was playing with the mascot and stuff, because the mascot always come out and get the messing with people and stuff. So that will probably be my favorite moment. I guess anything related to basketball. But as far as the Sonics, it was like, yeah, no, we never did go to no Sonics game. But I think if they were to be like, okay, Sonics is coming back to Seattle, this is when the games is gonna start, I'm definitely going to a game. All right. So just in case if they're all like, oh, 30, 40 years down the road, and then it's like the team ends up going away again, I'm like, okay, let me just make sure I go this time. So, but anyways, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and peace.